Hello and welcome back to another fjord fishing video. This time I'm back where I caught my Norwegian record on rock cut grass, where I made my first video for this channel. And once again I'm trying to catch a Norwegian record on the fly rod. This time, however, I'm going for painted gobies. But before I get to that, I wanted to try out this new thing that I bought for my water wolf. By the way, not a big fan of water wolf. There's always some sort of something with it that makes it not really as good as you wanted it to. There's always an issue. Anyway, but like this time the issue is not water wolf's fault. Really, like, because the entire area out there at this time of year is just full of this grass that just goes from the bottom of the ocean to the top of the ocean. You know, it's just this damn grass. It's everywhere here. The whole place is like fairly unfishable once you get like anywhere. It's a sandy area most of the year, and in summertime it's full of this. So this was the kind of underwater footage I was getting. I did a few attempts, didn't see any fish, and I dragged up about 2 kilos of this stuff every time I did it. So, decided, you know what? Nah, not gonna do this. I'll deliver on some underwater footage some other time, from some other place. So here's the fly I'm using. It's a size, I think 26, custom made by some Norwegian fly tires. I kind of gave them a little bit of descriptions. I want this and that, and because I can't, like, I have equipment to do it, but I haven't really ever used it. Like for fly tying, I haven't really gotten there yet. In time, it's gonna happen though. So the thing is, these fish, they are just impossible to get to bite on a fly. They have no interest in it whatsoever. Like, a couple of them looked, and this area is teeming with them, and they just didn't give a shit, you know. It's like, screw my fly, basically. And so I tried for like an hour, maybe more, and here you can see my expertise. I managed to catch this, and just to show off my extreme brain prowess, I cut off the wrong one. Don't know what the hell that was about. But yeah, so this is just a mess. It got tangled, and I decided, you know what, I've been trying for this for like an hour and a half now. There's been no interest from the fish. I'm done. Gonna do something else. So I wanted to get some underwater footage, and I placed down the camera, and this guy was just right below the camera. I didn't see him. He was kind of dug down in her, pretty well camouflaged. But I just kind of wanted to show you how the how the fly works when it's underwater. This is what the fish don't want to bite on, basically. What comes past here. I even tried dipping it in some scent, which kind of cancels out. You can't catch it. It's no longer legal Norwegian record if you use any sort of scent or added bait. But I just wanted to see if it would increase the chances. And no, they still didn't give a shit. But you know, just messing around a little bit with the camera, and this, you know, when I say curiosity killed the cat, this little shrimp right there is a bit overly curious. I don't know why, but he just really wanted to check out the camera. I guess we kind of made friends in the end. Like, he was a little bit scared of me there, but he's like just being cautious. See, I could see him just checking out the camera. If I moved the camera away, he would just follow it. Like, he would just keep on. He was really interested in what's going on. And certainly not afraid. He must have been listening to Eminem. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of messing about with this. Like, if you want to see me actually catching fish, there's one coming up very soon, just one painted goby, just to catch it, you know. But you might want to just fast forward to like 12 minutes. That's when there's actually going to start being real fishing. There's going to be a lot of underwater footage now, which I find interesting, but all of you may not, so there you have it. 12-minute mark will be a better place for you if you don't like that kind of thing. But yes, I just, you know, as I said, we apparently made friends. Anyway, so I put on this tiny fragment of shrimp on a size, I think 26 or 30 hook, probably 30 actually, because these guys are fairly tiny, like they're under a gram a pop basically, at least in this area, just to see how fast I could catch one when I use a method that I kinda approve of more than tiny flies. So this is what I've been trying to catch on the fly rod then, basically, and yeah, it's just, you know, they're easy to catch, just not on a fly. I have some ideas of a fly that could be good for them. I tried to convey that to the guys making the flies for me, but I don't feel like it got across well enough, because they didn't really deliver as I wanted them to. It was okay, but it doesn't really work for the purpose. It's really just wasted money, but whatever. So I just wanted to get some underwater footage here. So I kind of disintegrated a shrimp with some eggs and just waited to see what was going to happen. So let's have a look. Yeah, shrimp will eat shrimp. They have no problem with that. I actually fed shrimp that I had in my aquarium with shrimp. They loved it. See this tiny sculpin just coming out there, so tiny. This is like a safe haven area. There's many small fish here because they're safe from predators in here. Oh yeah, I noticed this big crab here just kind of hiding. Didn't want to partake in the feast. I tried to make him attack the camera a little bit, but he didn't seem interested. Mainly hiding, I guess. It sucks that the GoPro has like, I don't know, you can't focus on objects that are close with it, which kind of sucks. Like the background isn't really what's the, you know, key feature in this video clip right there. It's more like the shrimp in the foreground that's eating. I wish these shrimp were more in focus, but I'm gonna have to get other camera equipment and GoPro for that. Anyway, so I decided to switch over to a gulp, as you can see here, as you know, one of my favorite microfishing methods. Gulp on varying sizes of hook and varying amount of lead. Pretty effective for many species. Like for instance this black goby right there. It's a female. There were quite a few of them here. There usually is around the coastline, but yeah. They have this tendency to have like a split tail, and I noticed after having the camera underwater, my lens got a little bit foggy, so I had to clear it out. Didn't see until I was gonna show this fish. See, around 20-25 grams. I didn't really bother weighing them. It's I weighed enough of these fish to have a fairly decent grasp of the approximations. So I basically went from one side to the other in like a horseshoe formation type thing and just fished around her. There were a few black gobies, but mostly this green goo just kind of prevented me from actually getting very deep. Like there was just so much stopping me from getting to the bottom. I just kind of gave up on this spot and moved on to another one, to be honest. But it's a nice spot. Like I would say, if you live in the area, bring your kids and fish here. It's you know, well, maybe not actually, because the rocks are quite slippery and loose. So you know, maybe they fall and break a neck or something. Who knows? Anyway, so I decided to just hop on my electrical scooter and move on a little bit down to Prestvågen, or Priest Bay, which is a nice little beach that is on this island here where I live. Now the electrical scooter is nice. Like I don't have a car at the moment, so this is nice for just when I don't want to walk to a fishing spot. It's got like 30-kilometer range, so that's enough for me to get to anywhere on this island and back again, so it's perfect. Well, anywhere there is a road, at least. It's not really that good off-road. But whatever, I mean, it serves its purpose. It has its limitations. I was aware of this when buying it, but it's nice. Anyway, so as I came here, like a bunch of fish just scooted off underneath the rocks, like mainly these black gobies and painted gobies, which is what this area also is teeming with. This whole beach is full of painted gobies, and if you catch them here, they're a lot whiter in color because the beach is pretty white, and so you will, you know, they will be a lot lighter in coloration than they were on the other spot where I just was. I had a little bit unfortunate hookup on this guy, like, he got hooked in his lips. I wanted to do it the right way, not destroy his lip. This is a male, by the way, you can tell by the darkness. He's not as dark right now as he was when I immediately pulled him up. And they got these little suction cups, like a suction cup thing, keeping them in place or whatnot, I guess. Kind of locked down to a rock if someone's trying to grab them or something. Not that it has ever worked for them against me, but yeah, whatever. I kind of derailed a little bit there, but here I wanted to show you just a little bit underwater footage of the painted gobies, and a little bit of how this thing that I fish with actually looked down there. Yeah, so there was a gold cinerast, didn't quite take. Didn't really want to go for them today. There were a few from here, but I didn't really try to catch them. I did try some microfishing in the area. And landed another black goby. Not the worst size. 20-ish grams, maybe a little bit more actually. It wasn't too bad. This is a female. As you can see in the lighter coloration. And they change colors. They have like a chameleon skin. It's quite interesting to see in like an aquarium or just, you know, out in nature really. And yeah, the gold cinnies took the bait and ran off with it. They have a tendency to do. Particularly, well, that's a terrible way to say that word, but you know what I mean. Particularly if you use shrimp or anything that isn't like, you know, dense in its mass, something that can just be torn apart easily, they will tear that thing apart easily. So I decided to try, like, I was going for a record today. I think I kind of caught like an anti-record, or like the opposite of a record, or a record in the wrong end of the spectre, because the fish you're about to see me land right now is the smallest I have ever seen of this species. This is a cod. A flippin' cod. I've never seen him this tiny before. 12 grams! It doesn't even have the characteristical cod head shape yet. I had to look at it for a little while before, like, what is this? It's like, does it have a beard? Yeah, it does. Oh, it is a cod. Okay, wow. Now, I kind of hung around there for a little while because I took some pictures. I weighed it because it was just like so small. I just had to take some photos. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't look too good, but he was okay. Just needed to chill there for a few minutes, and then he swam off and was fine. So. Well, you know, animals were definitely harmed filming this, but that's kinda unavoidable when fishing, so. I know I'm not the one that has to take the pain, so who am I to say I'm willing to take that sacrifice? But, you know, I don't like harming animals, fish included, but I do like fishing, so there's a little bit of a conundrum there, so to say. That also might not be the right word, but yeah. Conflicting interests, I guess. Like, I don't want to harm animals, but I also do want to fish, so yeah. Generally, I take no, like, it's not like killing a fly is like, well, actually killing flies is kind of pleasurable for me. If they annoy me for a long time and then, yes, finally I killed that fucker, you know? Anyway, so there were a lot of wrasse there, and I caught this cuckoo wrasse, among others. I tried to catch some other ones too, but I started fishing at around maybe 7, and I was fishing for a few hours. And it's starting to get darker now, meaning that the wrasse activity will die down. Usually at nighttime, you can catch the odd wrasse every now and then, but it's gonna be a rare catch, to be honest. What usually happens when nighttime comes in areas like this is that the fish that dominate change, and it becomes, as you will see, poor cards. And if you've caught a few of those, honestly, it is the fish in Norway that I'm just like, when I catch it, it's like, okay, I can catch one per fishing trip, and that's okay, because that's like a species I've caught that fishing trip. But any more than one is just freaking, you know. I mean, example, I was out fishing and I saw this eel, right? And I have yet to catch an eel on a rod. I've caught them with net and blah blah blah, but not on a rod. And I tried for so long to catch this damn eel, but every time I got close to his mouth with the bait, guess what came along and took it? Oh yeah, a poor cod. So I caught about 20 of them, and then the frickin' eel swam away. Thank you, poor cards. Love you, great fish. I mean, they're just so, like, even if you fish with a size 1 hook, you can catch one of these that are like 12 grams. The mouths are just so, eat everything, and oh man, I'm hating on this fish, I know, but like it's, if you fish in Norway, if you're like an active fisher, then you gotta have some experience with these guys, you know. They are just, I mean, gold cinny can be a nuisance, but poor cod, they're both a nuisance and boring. Like, they're like the boringest fish, or the most boring fish you can catch in Norway, if you ask me. And I'm sure if you ask other people too, they would say the same, at least a decent amount of them. But this turned into like some like God's creation hatred speech video thing right now. So I'm gonna stop bad-mouthing the poor cod. But you tell me you don't feel the same after catching 500 of these suckers, you know? I was hoping for a ballan wrasse, because I know there are a decent amount of ballan wrasse out in this bay. I've caught many before, seen them on underwater camera, like fairly decent size, 300 grams and up, so it's not like super large, but decent. Because this area is like, it's sandy, with some grass, so it's not really typical Ballenrass territory. And yeah, didn't catch any of those today though, because I caught these little bundles of love. And as you see, it's getting kind of dark, so that means wrasse activity, as I said, dies down a bit. And here is the largest pour card of the day. Now this guy didn't make it. I have no idea why. Like, I de-hooked him faster than the tinier ones. I didn't treat it badly. It feels like the older these fish get, the frailer they become. Like in no time. Like around that size, they're so damn frail so often. Like, there's a difference. Like these 20-gram ones, they're kinda... yeah, what's the word? Like, they're kinda solid when you touch them. Right? And they don't descale that much when you just kinda brush your fingers across them. But the older ones, if you just stroke your hand across it, so you're gonna tear off half the scales on that side of the fish. And also, like, they just seem more like tender in a bad way. So I don't know. You can still see floating though. But there was a lot of top water activity. I thought that might be trout, so I decided to try with one of my favorite spinners here, which is copper with red dots. This is killer for trout. Like, you, oh man, perfect trout spinner. It's not spinner, it's like a lure, but I call it spinner. I have called these spinners since I was a kid, so people around me have called them spinners, and I don't think, maybe it's a Norwegian thing, maybe it's a my part of the country thing, I don't know. But anyway, didn't catch anything. It were probably actually just poor cards, just kind of eating insects on the top water, and not actual trout. So anyway, it got a little bit dark. I wanted to get back home before it got too dark for me to see a damn thing. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I hope it was somewhat enjoyable, and I shall catch you in the next one. Peace out.